Well, good evening, folks. It's your boy Ferris here, and I am coming to you live, bringing you a closer look into the Texit coin. Now, you guys, if you know me, I typically stay away from crypto. You know, the emergence of these crypto MLMs that you've seen, because I've seen so many of them come and go. And there was especially when Bitcoin got hot. All right. I was seeing them come up, pop left and right, because everybody felt like they had missed the buck. You know, if you're a certain age, like I am, I'm about to be 50, and I was roughly 33, 34 years old when I'm still a fully grown man when Bitcoin made its, arrival on the scene back in 2009. And then looking at some of the reviews like I did, I was like, well, what is this Bitcoin? What is this, cryptocurrency? What is it have to do with, how we monetize it? How are you going to be able to use it? How this, that, and other. And I looked at some of the people out there that saying it was a scam, that it was a nothing coin, that it was going to be nothing. The owner wasn't out there, this, that, and the other. Now listen to other people's opinions. And we see how that went. A lot of us who sat on the sideline and watched Bitcoin because we didn't have a better understanding of, what was we didn't have eyeballs, we didn't have a crystal ball, we didn't know what was going to happen. All right. But here's the thing. Let me just say this. I am not a financial investor. I'm just looking at my list of, screw ups when it came down to cryptocurrency. All right. We have been around for Litecoin, Ethereum, all them coins at Cardano, all of them. I had a little money in Cardano, but I didn't leave it in there like I should have. But you know what I'm saying? We were around. If you were in your late 30s, in 40s and on up, you've had a chance to see something grow into a juggernaut that started off as a pebble. We watched Dogecoin. I had Dogecoin, and I looked at Dogecoin. I was so convinced that I was going to do the right thing. That I was going to make a little money. And as soon as I made like $200, I didn't have diamond hands. As soon as I made like $200, I traded in, and the next week, I shit you not, the coins I would have had would have been worth $20 because I bought them when they were next to nothing. I mean, really nothing. They were sitting behind the decimal of the decimal. You know what I'm saying? So they were like it was 0.0 and then whatever. It was 0.00, and then you know how the coins go where it's like all the way back. I bought it then, and I was buying them for cheap. I was spending $100 here, $100 there. I was buying them for cheap, and it was off the Robinhood app. Well, we know what happened with the Robinhood app, but even though they're still good, they lost a lot of credibility because of the GameStop, deal. And one of the things I had to realize is that, as I was watching all these crypto things, I stayed away from them because it seemed so weird that people kept coming out. And then it was all these new coins. I watched a coin come out called Lion Share, watched another coin come out called this, called that. And I never saw any of the owners that were over these coins. Never. All right. So one of the things that made me really start paying attention to it is the owner's highly visible. Not saying that he can't dip out, but the owner's highly visible, and being that nobody's ever seen Satoshi yet, and Bitcoin is what it is, I think that says a lot. Two, he's already had his own minting foundry where he minted coins for. He minted the first Bitcoin coin, if you ever seen it. He minted a lot of the Native American coins and sold them on Apmex. a lot of the silver stores and stuff like that. I don't know which other ones are out there, but I know of Apmex. And those are ones because I bought silver stuff. I bought silver stuff for it. So that kind of set, strong with me real good. He'd already been there, and two, he'd sat in Congress and gave, a testimony of smart money movements and stuff like that. And he's, been on countless shows. He showed proof. He had his social proof that was there. Now, I've been watching, I watched some of the videos that were out there, kind of educated myself, which is you should do as well. You should always educate yourself before you jump into something. But as for me, I feel like this has got a lot of weight behind it, just with those things right there, but also just people are already accepting the coins that already been traded amongst the people who have it and being traded for goods and services, and it's building steam, it's building its worth. And what you're doing right now with this is just you're investing into a miner, and what you're getting for your money, it's like, I think they said it was like $995 to start, but you can go up anywhere, and I think that's like the $3,000. It's a $3,000 package, and just before you start shrilling and shrinking up, I think about back when I like 2000, I had just gotten my VA benefits started, and gotten a lump sum back from them, and started buying dumb stuff. I think about a TV, the Toshiba TV I paid, $800 for, and it was a 40-inch TV. Think about that. Back in 2009, that was a 40-inch high definition television. It wasn't even none of this stuff. It was a 1080p joint. It was like $899 or something like that. I went and bought that TV. And now I'm looking at it and looking at what if I would have had put that money in Bitcoin would have done. Each $100 that I spent on that television, I had basically, my mother still has a TV. But I think about all the stuff that I bought that year with that money, and hindsight's 2020 always. But I think about all the stuff that I bought, and I'm like, I'm finna give y'all, it may be funny, it may not be funny, but that television would have been, the money I spent is worth $400 million. It's a $400 million. That TV overheated. When it overheated, it would cut out. Because I bought a Toshiba because my dad said Toshiba's the best, baby. I'm eating crow right now. I don't do these things, man. When people bring me crypto, it just always has made my skin crawl. Even with this one, when I first saw my friend post about it, I was like, really? But then I started seeing what they were doing. It's already been out for a year. And it's already made people millions of dollars. It's already, I think it said made 3 millionaires already. All right. I don't do these programs. So I'm not putting this out here to hype you up or anything like that, but I'm just telling you, this thing has weight behind it. Okay, so that, those 3 things I told you about the owner, that's cool. Then I saw they were building an actual infrastructure for the mining operation. I've seen a lot of people come and try to offer me, I see them HYIPs. I can see it. And they start talking about passive residual income, this, that, and other. We have the contract. We have this, that, and other. And you never see the daggone owners. That goes back to that. You never see the owners. They start talking about they have contracts to this, that, and other. That was like, okay. Nope. I stayed away from that. But this one was different. This one had weight behind it. This one had an infrastructure. This one had already had its owner visible as hell. It's visible as hell. You'll see if you click the link down below and watch the presentation, you'll see the owner is very present, very, very visible, and then the infrastructure that's being the mining operation is actually being built for in Texas. All right. So And it's like I watched a couple of videos too, and I watched another guy. He was talking about some, you know what I'm saying, beware, it's a scam. This, that, other. Man, fuck you. I listened to other people who said Bitcoin was a scam. Bitcoin was this, that, the other when it first come out. All this stuff is speculative. All of this is speculative. I wasn't even in it, and I was like, all that stuff is speculative. We are speculating on what things happen. I think about, like I said, the stuff that I bought that I no longer have, that I spent money on. It's girls can walk around here right now because I took them out to eat, took them out to, you know what I'm saying, took them out to eat, took them to the movies, did stuff with them, took them out of town. They said they just be sitting on, I don't mean to be wrong, sitting on, you know, $100 million kitty cats. This is, yeah, I'm going to keep it clean, but I'm going to keep it, yeah. Women are saying it. Because I didn't, you know, I went out there purchasing. I was just taking them out to eat and, you know, flicking money off on them. I went to the casino and took $1,000, basically well over $1 billion, and put it into a slot machine. I spent more money. I did a look at it when I was kind of living along. I spent more money on the lottery in my past couple of years. I know somewhere in the range of about $30,000 or $40,000. Just on little tickets, 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. I know that's happened. But let it be something like this. I'm gonna park my money, man. I got a feeling about this one, man. If you know me, my friends will show me crypto things, my ass would itch. Skin would crawl. Everything, because I was like, nah, I had my experience with them. I've had a whole bunch of other mess, and I just did not want anything to do with this arena. Until this one. So I think about it like this. I was gonna mess $900 off anyway. I was gonna mess $3,000 off anyway. I might as well speculate instead of putting it into the lottery and wishing, because you'll do that over a period of time. If you think about it, if you spend $10 or $20, because I was spending roughly $100 a month, now, like the Mega Millions is going crazy because for 5 plays they're charging $25. So if you do that 35, let's do that. Yeah, let's just do that with them, because I would do this. I'm saying 35 because I would do 35, 10, so I would do roughly $50 because I would do $35, $25 on the Mega Millions, $10 on the Powerball. Then $10 on the Powerball. So that's $25. Then I do $10 on a Lucky for Life. So that's $45. And then $5 for a natural state. So $50 a week. All right. Let's do the math. And let's not do the math. $50 a week times that is $200. 4 weeks in a month. It's $200. On a hope and a prayer that something would happen. But I didn't call that a scam. We don't call the lottery a scam. We don't call the lottery a scam. We go in wholeheartedly and give them our little $20, our little $10, our little whatever it is. You go buy scratch off and don't call it a scam. Of course, because you think you're having fun. That's the whole deal with that thing. You know, I've done it, and you do your research. Do your research. I've done mine. I am 100% convinced that this is going to be the next juggernaut in the game, because I think, like I said, going back to the dude who said that this was a scam, he's just poking out of it because of the industry that's pushing behind it. People already traded the Texit for the US dollar token on the open market. Traded it on the open market for a US dollar token, which is a real coin. This is a real coin. This is real crypto. This is not HYP. This is none of that bull crap. This is the owner's highly visible. So I don't know what you need, but the infrastructure, that's what, that I don't know what you need. The things that got me is the owner, the infrastructure, the people saying that they've already, put the coin out there, sold it, gotten their money, taken that money in the court and rebought back into the system. So, I don't know what else you need, man. But do your research, come back here, join my team, because there's so much to this. And but like I said, the dude who said it was a scam is just looking at the industry, just pushing this, the network marketing industry. And it's really not network marketing. It's not multi-level. It's like, I think you can have the maximum amount of people is 9 miners, and there's a bonus of $3,000 per week. Let me get some of that. Adulting. And then once this coin hits, it may be 6-7 years from now. But think about this. 2009 came, we all laughed. It was like, that's some bull crap. 2017, we shut the fuck up. I want y'all to remember that. I want you to remember that we call it pizza. When you hear somebody talk about pizza day, it was a guy that traded 2,400 Bitcoins. I think it was 2,400 Bitcoins for a pizza order. Nobody's ever, and then to go back, nobody's ever seen Satoshi. You see that on this. You'll see him on the calls. You'll see him showing up. You see him as his visible proof. He's not hiding. Nobody's ever seen Satoshi, but we all know that Bitcoin, well, and even that, they speculate that Satoshi is not even a real person. That's not even his real name. All right? The person who made Bitcoin. But they drove up the price, and those who set by, and then the thing about it, going back to that era, 2010, looking at those people who were showing up to those Bitcoin things, me thinking, you goofy them up. I remember thinking in 2014, I wonder what happened to that Bitcoin bull crap. I wonder people doing this, that, and the other. Eating a big old crow sandwich. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say it's a big ish kebab sandwich. That's what I'm saying. I'm eating a big ish kebab, and a lot of us are. I'm sick of eating ish kebab sandwiches. I know this thing has some weight behind it. I'm gonna share with my friends. If you are my friend, my Facebook friend, or whatever have you, you say, well, I need to think about it. Well, cool, you think about it. But if you wait too long, don't say I didn't tell you. All right? So with that being said, this is me, your boy Ferris. Click this little button down here. That's me. To get started with Texit and have some diamond hands, man. Some cowboy diamond hands with some rhinestone cowboy boots. I want to remind you guys to be blessed, not stressed, and always be motivated with success. I will see you guys on the beach of the world. If not, I hope to see you at the bank, catch a big check, living your best life. Cause why the heck not? You only get one of them. You might as well make it your best. Hindsight's 2020. And the opportunity for Bitcoin has come and gone, but don't mix the Texit coin. I guarantee you that this thing's going to be big. Guarantee you. Well, I can't guarantee. Back up! I can't guarantee that. I said, I think, for me, it's going to be big. I think it's going to be big. All right? So that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be big. So I've been said, did I say click the link down? Click the link down below. And then also hit the subscribe button, notification bell to be notified of all uploads I'll be having on the channel. And yeah, peace.